So, we're going to start off slow, because it's a really hot day today. So, I'm just going to show you guys some of my animals, and then after that, I'm going to go talk about my snakes specifically. So I won't show any of my snakes before that, because I'm going to show them to you tomorrow. I'm also feeding them tomorrow, so that will also be in this vlog. Vlog number 19 already, can you guys believe it? Vlog number 19! It is a very hot day today, so I'm not doing much of anything today. I just sat outside underneath the tree in the shade. All you can do, get by. Drink tons of fluid, tons of water. Don't get dehydrated. I'll see you guys tomorrow, which you'll see in the next part after I show you guys the animals. Look who it is. It's Yoshi coming up to say hello. How's Yoshi doing? You're so cute. Although you look like a little raptor right now. You look like a raptor, Yoshi. I just missed it. Your clothes are down. I did you and Stony and Franklin. And the tarantulas, I also gave them water. So, okay, buddy. Cutie. Say hello, Franklin. Hey, buddy. It's Franklin. Love him so much. As I don't know if I said in the beginning of the vlog, I think I might have, that my obsession with reptiles started with turtles. But technically my first reptile I've ever owned was a bearded dragon that I had when I was a kid. So there's a little background story of my childhood and how I got into reptiles. And do you see that sweat dripping off my face? It is so hot out here. Let's see. Oh, this is right in the fan, but it's 86 and it's 54, but the fan's right in my window right there. I'm gonna start by sharing my opinion on what I think is the best beginner snake, and that is, in my opinion, if you have young kids, I am going to suggest a corn snake. And the scientific name for a corn snake is Pantherophis guttatus. Don't know if I said that right, but it looks like I did. And it is a species of colubrid. It is a colubrid native to North America, and then it is a type of rat snake. And They are native to southeastern United States. As far as north as New Jersey, down through Georgia, and pretty much mostly everywhere down south. I'm going to start by talking about the corn snakes that I have owned. My first corn snake, her name was Pebbles, and I'm going to talk about how I found her. I found her in my yard. She was probably let go by someone. She actually she unfortunately has passed away. She was already an adult when I had her, and I've had her for 3 years before she passed away. So she might have been pretty old. And who knows how long she was living outside. Probably not very long, because I don't think she would have lived through the cold winters we have here in New Hampshire. But she was an Okatee corn snake. So now I'm going to show you some pictures of Pebbles so you know what an Okatee corn snake looks like. And now I want to talk about my current corn snake, which, if you've seen my vlogs before, you've seen Julius, my creamsicle corn snake, which is actually a hybrid. They are a albino corn snake bred with a Great Plains rat snake, and the scientific name for the rat snakes are the Pantheropus emorii. Don't know if I said that right again, but I will put the spelling in the video. So I'll put that up on the screen for you guys. You guys will see it right by now. So obviously you've seen Julius before if you watch my vlog. If not, this footage is old footage. You may have seen it before if you've seen my older vlogs, but I'm going to play some older footage of Julius. So here, let's take a look at that now. Now, we're going to talk about why are they called corn snakes. You're probably thinking, are they found in corn or in cornfields? And yes, they are known to be found in corn, on cornfields and that stuff. But that is not why their name is a corn snake. Their name is corn snake because they have a checkered like pattern on their belly, and it looks like, you know, kernels on a ear of corn, basically. It's you know, if you ever seen Indian corn, it looks pretty kind of, you know, the different color, you know, it was black and then white. And that's on a normal one, but I can show you that now as well. So I'll put that up on the screen next. Corn snakes are really easy to take care of. You start off with pinkies when they're young, go up to nothing more than an adult mouse, and most will take frozen thawed, no problem, and they are friendly. You won't, and if you do happen to get bit, it's nothing to worry about. But they are not an aggressive snake. They are very good for children to handle them. I really appreciate the different morphs and the genes that come in corn snakes. They blow me away. And there's so many. That is what I think is the best beginner snake if you have kids. Now next I'm going to be talking about my second to best beginner snake recommendation. Now I recommend this more for teenagers because this next species requires a bit more care as far as their environment and habitat goes. And the next species of snake I want to talk about is the ball python, which is another common species of snake that you probably have seen in your pet stores. And the next species of snake I want to talk about is the ball python, also known as the royal python, and the scientific name for the ball python is Python regius. I will put that down the screen below as always. And this is a species of snake that is native to Africa, West and Central Africa primarily. It is a very popular species in the pet trade. It comes in many varieties and morphs. It is a more heavy-bodied snake. It gets a little bit longer, but not too much longer. Primarily about the same as a corn snake, which is no bigger than like 4 feet, 4 to 6, I'll say 4 to 6 feet, because males don't get quite as big as females, and that goes for both species, both corn snakes and ball pythons. Again, if you have seen my past vlogs, you've met No Feet. He was in my last vlog. I took him outside. I can roll some footage of No Feet right now so you can see what a ball python looks like. Now, you're probably wondering, again, why is it called a ball python? And that is because, well, when they're feeling stressed out or frightened, They curl up into a ball. They're not ones to strike, although pregnant moms always do, but they're just being a good mama, protecting her babies from, and they lay eggs, as well as corn snakes. I'm going to mention the habitat setup, because they're very picky. If the husbandry is not on point, they can feel stressed out and not eat. There's a lot of problems with them not eating. Now, when you get any animal, any snake, wait at least a week before you try offering it to food, because it does need to settle into its new environment. So if you feed your snake before you let it settle in, it might not eat as well. So keep that in mind if you've never owned snakes before and don't know that. But if you're a snake owner, you probably know that. Now, ball pythons specifically, their humidity should be kept above 60, somewhere in the 60 to 70 humidity range. Now, if the humidity is too high, it can be susceptible to respiratory infections. Now, their ambient should be around 85. Hot spot should be upper 80s, about 90. And on the cool side, no cooler than 75. And you're going to want to start off, many people get really large enclosures and that stresses them out. If you're a new ball python owner, start off with a 10-gallon tank or a 10-gallon, a 10-gallon tank is a good tank. You're going to want to put foil over the top. You're going to need a heat emitter, not a lamp, because lights do bother their eyes, and that's the only ball pythons that are bothered by light. In the wild, you can find them in abandoned termite mounds, and they don't travel out into the sun. They are very shy. So, with that being said, you need a lot of foliage, and you need a hide spot on the cool spot and the hot spot. And often they will eat mice, and if you can't get rats, mice are fine, but rats are actually more recommended. You can also get that frozen, as well as if you can't find them in your pet store, you can find them online. There's Rodent Pro, Big Cheese Rodent Factory, Perfect Prey. I can put links to those down below as well. I recommend all three of those. They are all great places. I currently get my frozen thawed rats and mice from Rodent Pro, but I've gotten them from Big Cheese before. So I hope you guys... Oh, bedding. For a corn snake, aspen is just fine, or I use sandy chips, which is the tinier pieces of aspen. But I wouldn't recommend that for a ball python. A ball python needs... So the substrate plays a huge role in keeping the humidity up. A ball python I recommend either cocoa husk, which is Repti chip, or cocoa blocks, or cypress mulch, which is also known as forest floor. Those are good for ball pythons. And yes. And now it's time to feed some snakes. We're gonna do things a bit differently. We're gonna try something new out. Got my rodents here. Hopefully they're thawed by now. They've been sitting here probably a couple hours, so it should be. And Julius, wanna eat? There you go, bud. And there's Julius, one of the stars of this vlog, my creamsicle corn snake, obviously. There he is, and I got a second pinky for him later. Next, no feet. Go, bud. I know it takes you a bit. Yeah. Here you go, buddy. Go, no feet. Next up is our buddy Moses. He gets, give him this. He's a good eater. There you go, Tigger. I take it so gentle compared to everyone else. Well, Julius takes it gentle, but the only other one. Now we got one more for our buddy Julius. Just spinning the new Lamb of God record that came out yesterday. Pretty fucking bad. If you like metal, check it out. You will not be disappointed if you like heavy shit. Now I hope you liked this vlog. I hope you enjoyed the information I said earlier, and I really hope you enjoyed watching my snakes eat. At least this time I was able to set up my good camera and time-lapse everyone eating, so you had something to watch other than the snake striking the food. So I hope you guys have a great day or night whenever it is you are watching this. Treat everyone with love, respect, and kindness always. Remember to respect the cold-blooded. Kritter Kyle, out.